In our modern world, it's hard to remember that money isn't everything. After all, most fun things cost a lot of money. Worse still, social media gives us the impression that everyone else is living the high life, even if that isn't the case. But the truth is, there are a lot of fakers out there. This can result in some extremely funny situations where a star perpetuates that they have loads of money when they're actually quite broke. We're going to take a look now at 10 fake rich people. Number 10. Lil Tay. This 9-year-old Canadian social media star posted images and videos on Instagram to her millions of followers, showing her trash-talking others as well as flaunting her money, cars, and properties. Which, let's be honest, cannot be true, seeing as she's only 9. But behind her illusion portrayed online is a sad tale of desperation. Good Morning America spoke to her mom's former boss at a Vancouver real estate firm who revealed that Lil Tay filmed using his car and his properties, all without his approval. As a result, her mom was fired from her real estate job for exploiting her position for Tay's flex videos. What's especially concerning is that you need to be at least 13 to open an Instagram account, which begs the question, how is she getting away with it? She claims her management team posts for her, but it's more likely her brother is forcing her to act this way as he's been bragging to his followers using his sister as a puppet. In fact, a leaked video of Tay smoking hookah meant the internet was done with this family's antics. Hookah is tobacco, and this is straight up child abuse. Thankfully, all her social media accounts have now disappeared. Number 9. Sam Cooke. One day you're flying high in the stock market making thousands of pounds a day, and the next you're being charged for fraud. Well, at least that's what happened to teenager Sam Cooke. He was all over the British newspapers a few years ago due to his incredibly impressive wealth. He claimed he started by importing and exporting goods, before going on to play the stock market and making around $17.5 million in total. What's even more shocking is that he claimed this was all from a loan of £2,000 his dad gave him. This is certainly impressive. The only slight detail that was uncovered after his original claim was that he was actually being trialed on 6 counts of fraud. He swindled those closest to him into giving him their life savings totaling around £110,000, but the judge obviously had the last laugh and sent Cooke to jail for 2 years. Number 8. Johnny Mitchell. Our next fake millionaire comes from a UK-based show called Love Island. This is basically a show where a load of girls slathered in makeup get put on an island with a load of airheaded, egotistical men, and they all pick a partner, and, well, that's it really. Obviously, being that the premise is so rich and rewarding, you can guess that it is extremely popular. However, this particular contestant got himself into a little bit of trouble. Poor old Johnny Mitchell had a habit of trying to impress his fans via his Instagram post, as people in this social media obsessed world so often do. His profile would show him looking extremely suave in expensive suits, traveling to exotic destinations and driving incredibly expensive cars, dressed up extremely nicely. This is all well and good, until it was found out that Johnny wasn't actually living the life he was perpetuating online. Sources close to Johnny revealed that his watches were fake, the holidays in his pics were from years ago, the car is his dad's, and the lavish house was actually just rented on Airbnb. Wow, tough break, Johnny. Number 7. Ja Rule. Ja Rule is another case of an old hip-hop star that doesn't seem to know when to back out of the spotlight. With a few hits in the 90s, Ja Rule didn't blow up entirely, and as such sort of faded out of the spotlight, until recently that is. He's another one that likes to perpetuate that he has a lot of money on social media platforms. So much so that last year he tried to pull off the mother of all scams. He designed a new festival called Fyre Festival, which targeted rich kids with pictures of lavish islands and first-class treatments, while seeing a list of top acts. It all sounded amazing and a lot of people bought tickets, some paying up to $4,000, only to find upon getting to the Bahamian island that nothing could have been further from the truth. The tents were leftover tents from USA, the food was soggy bread and slices of cheese, and there was little to no organization. A far cry from what was promised, and it turned out that Ja Rule's cash grab didn't go as well as he thought it would. All the organizers of the event were slapped with a multitude of lawsuits, with one in particular landing at about $100 million being filed against Ja Fool and other Fyre team member Billy McFarland. Billy McFarland was eventually indicted for fraud, so while his social media makes him look like a high-flying entrepreneur rapper, the truth is that he's facing multiple lawsuits targeting him as personally responsible for millions of dollars in compensation and lost investments. Just before we proceed with this list of shameful frauds, I'll give you a tip on how to spot a fake rich person. 2 words: Gold cars. They're often bought by those that like to pose that they're rich, but often they actually don't have the cash to back it up. Take this incredibly terrible made gold car. If you're going to do this to your car, at least get a decent job done on the gold wrap. Otherwise, you're going to become a major embarrassment. Not unlike this unfortunate soul who had his gold Maserati Grand Cabrio towed. I have a feeling someone couldn't pay for their car insurance. Number 6. Sean Kingston. There's something very sad about seeing old pop stars and movie stars desperately trying to stay in the limelight and cling on to relevance by flashing their non-existent cash all the time. On the other hand, there is something strikingly pleasurable about seeing it too. The next culprit is Sean Kingston, singer of the super hit Beautiful Girls. However, unfortunately, I don't think that song is paying the bills for Sean anymore, as it certainly didn't pay for this one. His precarious financial situation was exposed in 2016 when he waltzed into a high-end jewelry shop and purchased around $300,000 worth of bling for himself. Upon having to pay for the said bling, he told the shop that his money manager would handle the bill. Well, the manager definitely tried to. He paid with 2 checks that bounced almost immediately. And this isn't the first case. Multiple times, as recently as last year, Kingston has been sued for not paying for jewelry. This is a message to all the pop stars from the noughties. Just chill. We're not expecting you to be rolling in the money. Please stop trying to prove yourself and at least pay for the stuff you purchase. Number 5. Sydel Young. Holidays are expensive, which is why our immediate response when viewing the social media accounts of travel bloggers is, how rich must they be to afford this? Do they just have wealthy families funding all this? Or are they working whilst traveling and just showing us the best bits? Well, travel blogger Sydel Young, who has almost 100,000 Instagram followers, gives us one possible answer. Just lie. Her Instagram followers recently found some flaws in her jet-setting lifestyle. Recently, she posted a photo of her trip to Italy with the caption, #travel with Sydel, y'all. The photo was of Amalfi Coast, which she claims she had taken herself. However, one eagle-eyed follower spotted something fishy and called her out. They found her picture was actually taken from a travel brochure online. In fact, this led to others to call out more of her Instagram photos. As the can of worms started to open up, it quickly became clear all of her pictures were fakes, so she started to delete dozens of her posts. Ironically, despite it all being fake, her social media presence is the reason she appeared on TV shows to discuss her travel lifestyle. It's yet more proof you should never trust what you see on Instagram, even if they have loads of followers. Number 4. Elijah Yefiso. Now this next one is a testament to how all these fake claims of fame and cash may be silly, but they can get someone into very serious trouble. Supposed city trader Elijah Yefiso was prone to boasting about his earnings on Instagram. He often appeared in pictures with a gold Lamborghini and a Rolls-Royce Wraith, among other astonishing cars. He claims that he makes his money via binary trading, and that he started off by investing his student loan that he left university with after dropping out of Buckingham University. He also purports to only work an hour a day sometimes, and that he made his money after realizing his potential at just 18. Well, Elijah, a telltale sign of people who actually have the money they say they have is, not running people over that they owe money to? A court heard that Elijah owed creditor Dennis Ofosu money after he borrowed some to buy a Land Rover. Dennis was extremely frustrated at this situation, maybe, just maybe, because he did not have the money to pay it back. And instead of resorting to calmly sorting out the situation, Elijah decided to try and kill his creditor by jumping in his car and attempting to run him over. During his prosecution, the judge accused him of lying about his wealth. He was sent to prison for 2 years for dangerous driving and also carrying a dangerous weapon. Number 3. Lil Bow Wow. Who remembers Lil Bow Wow? He had a string of hits when he was very, very young, and also starred in popular movies such as Like Mike and Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. He was a massive child star with a huge fan base, but that sort of fame can be quite short-lived. So what is Bow Wow doing now? Is he staying humble? Is he staying out of trouble? No, of course not. He, like so many others on this list, is trying to flash money that he doesn't actually have. Back in 2017, he posted a photo of a very nice private jet that he was stepping on to travel to New York. This picture would speak volumes about Bow Wow's finances, if it were a real picture that he had taken. Shortly after, someone posted a photo of Lil Bow Wow on their normal flight. More digging on the fake post found that the photo he had posted to Instagram was actually just a photo lifted from a VIP transportation company. This one is striking as it's not even well thought through. He didn't seem to put any effort into the lie at all. Number 2. Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez, the self-made inspirational personality, might be very rich now, but that doesn't change the fact that there was definitely an element of fake it till you make it in his strategy a few years ago. In a very popular video by Tai, he tells his fans he is taking them on a tour and starts off in his backyard. There is a huge swimming pool and what looks to be extremely beautiful decorations everywhere. However, many people found out that the place he was standing in was actually a place you can rent from a site called Zillow. This brought a lot of his other claims into contention, and people were very skeptical about claims made by the man. He later went on to explain that he rents a lot of his assets because it's the smartest thing to do in his situation, which is fair enough. It's safe to say that he is raking in big money now from his courses and other business ventures. Number 1. Soulja Boy. We end with yet another defamed old school hip hop star, none other than Soulja Boy. Yes, that Soulja Boy from Crank Dat. Don't bother trying to think of the lyrics because it'll just get stuck in your head. Though Soulja Boy's biggest hits are pretty far behind him now, he still comes out on social media every now and again to claim that he is the best in the business and has a lot of wealth. Unfortunately, it doesn't really add up. One incident he got himself into was when he uploaded a video of him flexing with loads of cash. However, if you pause the video and look closely, you can see that his stacks are actually just blank pieces of paper with money on them. This is really a weird move by Soulja. He also gets called out a whole lot for wearing fake watches and supposedly buying amazing, breathtaking mansions, only for someone to find them on Airbnb. What's interesting about Soulja though is his diligence. He always seems to pop up on Instagram claiming that he has loads of money, only to be called out again and again. People obviously like to boast about their success, but the truth is that it's quite a pointless endeavor. Why worry about what people think of you? What they need to learn is that happiness comes from inside yourself. It's not an external force dependent on how other people perceive your wealth. So which person cringed you out the most? Let me know in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.